Hey guys, it's Bunny Adams and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my diagnosis with Graves' disease, also known as hyperthyroidism. Yeah, let's get into it. So my condition is hyperthyroidism, so I have an overactive thyroid. One of the visible symptoms of it is sort of the bulging neck. That is a sign of an enlarged thyroid or a goiter. The other symptoms I will explain as I talk about the timeline of events that has led to my diagnosis. So let's rewind a little bit to June. I was taking like 45 minutes to get up out of bed because my body would just ache. Like my back was paining me, my neck was stiff. It was very, very unusual, and I couldn't put my finger on it because I wasn't doing anything strenuous. On this particular day, I got up out of bed and met my family downstairs. At the time, my mom was cooking some bakes and saltfish. You know, when you got bakes and saltfish cooking in a West Indian household, it is going to be a good day. But yeah, things took a sharp downhill turn. I dropped my phone on the floor. I bent down to pick up my phone. There was a really sharp stabbing pain and I was just in tears, bawling. A few days later, I decided to do a walk-in to my primary care doctor. Tell her like, I've been having a lot of body aches, I'm not sleeping well, I'm having back problems. So the doctor prescribed me with a muscle relaxer and a really strong pain killer. Only took them for 3 days because it was making me feel extremely tired. I was off work for a week just so I can maybe just relieve my back pains myself, and it helped with like heat packs, drinking tea. Tea is my remedy for everything. It's a West Indian thing. So 2 weeks after that, I was feeling absolutely exhausted, and this time it wasn't just my back, it was my joints, it was my muscles. I was becoming extremely short of breath. I'd come up the stairs and I'm literally stopping and heaving and almost blacking out sometimes. Crazy heart palpitation. I can literally hear my heart beating out of my chest. I'll be sitting, relaxing, just like this, and my heart is just really pumping. I can feel it, and it would cause me to have a lot of anxiety because I'm thinking like, why am I stressed? There's nothing crazy going on in my life. I was losing a lot of weight. My checkup in April, I was 148 pounds. I was steadily losing weight really fast. Within a 2-week span, I lost about 20 pounds, maybe 115. I haven't seen 115 on the scale since about freshman year of high school, and that was 8-9 years ago. And what alarmed me the most was the acid reflux I was experiencing. Starting from my stomach area, a burning feeling would steadily rise like all the way up my chest, through my neck, and almost into like the back of my mouth. It was as if I was drinking acid. It literally felt like someone was setting my torso on fire. It was debilitating. After a while of the acid reflux happening, it slowly closes your esophagus, so it makes it difficult to swallow food. I'll be eating even soft foods and it would just stick there in my throat, and it would cause me to panic because I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna choke. It was so tiring. Like I was weak all the time. The menstrual cycle thing has always been a problem since the very beginning, more so within the last few years, and even more so this year, like non-existent. If it doesn't regulate itself, at least by in your 20s, you have to get that checked out. My hands would tremble a lot, like I would just shake all the time, shivering almost, but I wasn't cold. So extreme to the point where I couldn't really hold anything. I was literally just tremoring a lot. After leaving my doctor for the second time, this time with all of these different symptoms, she essentially told me to go home and rest, take a painkiller, and drink Gatorade. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is where the medical system failed me a little bit. I will get to that in another video. 2 days later, I'm in the emergency room. Why? Because I literally could not get out of bed. My parents rushed me to the emergency room. They took my blood levels, all these other testings. Immediately thought maybe it was just heat exhaustion because it was the beginning of July. I'm feeling hot, but it's not because of the heat. They put me on fluids for a few hours, and another nurse came in and she says, your thyroid levels are irregular. We can discharge you, give you your discharge papers with all the results to give to your doctor, and they can book an urgent appointment with an endocrinologist. We was discharged, and my mom pretty much did all the work here. She called my primary care doctor. We just came out of the emergency room. She saw you not too long ago for the same symptoms, and they've gotten dramatically worse. So my doctor said to my mother, tell the child to just sleep it off, get some rest, and drink some Gatorade. The child will be fine. What? What? Like, we just came out the emergency room. What's Gatorade gonna do? I don't understand. Since when was Gatorade a treatment option?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That would be the last time we would talk to this doctor. Called our insurance, and we were able to see a doctor, an endocrinologist, the next day. Did an ultrasound, and within a few days I was put on methimazole, which is basically a thyroid hormone blocker. I was also put on beta blockers for my heart, so this would sort of slow down the heart palpitations. Sounds scary, it's kind of like medication to slow down your heart. And within like 2 or 3 weeks I was able to get weaned off of that completely. Thyroid medications are working as well, and this made me happy because, mind you, since about February, me and my friends have been planning this massive trip to Grenada. My family is from Grenada. We was going for Grenada Carnival for August. My plane booked, hotel accommodation booked, parties booked, costume booked. And then this health scare came around, and you would have thought I would have been stressed about my health, but at the same time I was stressed about all this money I just spent for this trip. You know, my friends were really concerned for my health as well. They wanted to make sure I was good. I felt cured. Like, I was like, all right, cool. Health problem ain't gonna stop me. I'm gonna be part of the lucky few that are able to get regulated. Beginning of September, I got my blood work done again, and he told me to stop my medication because I was now getting hyperthyroid, meaning my thyroid wasn't producing almost any hormones. Although I felt fine, that still isn't good, because now I'm not getting any of the hormones to make my body function normally. Soon enough, that would be a whole set of other problems. I was a little concerned, but I was like, all right, no, because then my body's eventually regulate itself and be in normal levels. Well, I wouldn't be here making this video if that was the case. Late September, October, I started getting all the symptoms back again. Maybe I'm just exhausted. Maybe I just give myself some time. Make sure I'm eating well, drinking water. And it just wasn't helping. Everything was coming back. Feeling fatigued. Like, came to the point where I was like at work again, feeling like I was going to collapse. Heart palpitations. And one thing that had gotten particularly worse was my hair shedding. Hair shedding had been an issue that had plagued me throughout this whole ordeal. I can clearly see the length of my hair is disappearing. The texture of my hair, the quality of my hair was just thinning out. But now it was shedding a lot more than normal. It was brittle. I was also getting reoccurring dandruff spots. So if you've ever seen like Crayon cap that a newborn baby experiences on their hairline, it was like I'll get patches of those in particular areas of my scalp. So all of this is happening. I'm starting to lose weight again. Now I started experiencing puffy eyes. With Graves' disease comes sometimes, in some patients, Graves' eye disease. There's a lot of pressure that goes on with the muscles behind your eyes, and they make your eyes pop out. I wasn't experiencing the bulging, but I was experiencing a lot of pressure to the point where like my eyelids were getting puffy. I was aware of the Graves' eye disease but I thought maybe I just didn't have it because I wasn't experiencing the bulging. Another symptoms I experienced was it literally felt like I was straining my vocal cords. Even still now, it hurts to speak sometimes because it just feels like the muscles in my neck are real tight. I intentionally try to speak a lot softer than I usually do. Even though I'm a soft speaker, I'm very quiet naturally. These next few visits with my endo was where I really started to double down on my treatment and what is actually going on. This is when I was asking my doctor, do I need to see a nutritionist? Do I need to see a dietitian? Should I be taking supplements? Because my skin is bad again, my nails aren't growing, my hair is falling out. What is going on? Like, what should I do? What do my labs mean? It's like I was speaking to a brick wall. He was kind of always telling me and my mom, oh, don't worry about it. We'll fix this. Don't worry about it. All right, you're not answering my questions. So that was like another red flag there. But during the end of October, I was pretty much pushing through my symptoms. I'll just work through it. I'll just change my mindset because, you know, when you have a healthy mind, you have a healthy body. That was kind of like how I was looking at things. But it got to a point where I had to change my work schedule till I get to a point where this disease is like controllable. It took a lot for me to even do that because I'm someone who likes to grind through the pain a lot. It affected me emotionally in a way because I'm a very independent person. I just had to do what I had to do for me to just get through the day. Got to November now, and the last visit I had with that endocrinologist because I wasn't getting the answers that I needed. From this visit, he had told me to start considering surgery. Even though I had been very resistant to the idea of having that. But what struck me was that like he had talked about surgery so much in our visits. By the time it got to there, I was just mentally exhausted about it, and I was actually considering just getting surgery. Like, I cannot go into 2019 with these issues. If you're telling me that surgery is going to alleviate all these problems, get rid of everything, I am gonna get surgery. Like you said, my mom was not having it. She was like, you are not getting surgery. That seems too extreme. We definitely need to get a second opinion. I love my mom's co-workers. My mom's been working at her job for longer than I've been alive. So a lot of her work friends have seen me and my siblings grow up. One of my mom's friends at work, she has an autoimmune issue, and told my mom that I should probably see one of her doctors. It's like a group of endocrinologists, I think in Long Island. So my mom called them up. They did say, you know what, send us all of her blood work and we'll just take a look at it and see what's going on. Week before Thanksgiving now, I had faxed over all my blood work and I immediately set up an appointment to see one of the doctors in December. It was not more than 20 minutes later, they called me back and one of the receptionists said, listen, I know we just set up your appointment for December. One of them want to see you immediately. When I tell you, my heart dropped. I was scared. I'm like, what do you mean? There's a few things about the blood work that they've seen that you just sent that's concerning to them. There's another doctor that is willing to see you as of tomorrow. That same week, before we was able to get the appointment with the new doctors, I'd actually experienced probably the most hair shedding. Getting ready to wash my hair, and my hair was literally coming out in clumps to the point where I had like a panic attack. I was home by myself. I didn't know what was going on, and I called my mom immediately, just bawling over the phone. I was like, oh my god, my hair is falling out. I don't know what's going on. Why is this happening? Insane, the amount of hair that was coming out. The thing is, I'm not emotionally attached to my hair, but with my hair falling out in this way, it was a realization that my body is sick. And that's kind of like what panicked me. I'm just like, I'm young, I shouldn't be going through this. I mean, out of all the symptoms I was having, my hair falling out was the one that really kind of made this whole situation real. Went to see the doctor. She said, basically your levels have been all over the place for the last how many months, and I'm concerned with like the medications you've been taking, what has been your treatment plan. And I told her about everything. This amount of medication, this amount of treatment for this length of time, I've had these symptoms. She was kind of concerned with the treatment that I had been receiving. The hair falling out, the puffy eyes, the blurry vision. What I was experiencing all of a sudden was actually a side effect of the medications and how it was administered to me. They're slowly weaning me off that medication. So that is where we are today. Mentally, it's very, very stressful. And even when I'm just sat doing nothing, just laying down because I'm just so tired, you just get wrapped up in your thoughts because you just feel like your whole life is over. Just to even talk about it, it's not a lot of people understand. And so I'm constantly talking to my mom, talking to my sisters, my cousins, some of my friends at work, always encouraging me, like even telling me off sometimes, like, Ebony, you just need to put your health first. I'm like, all right, I know, and then I'll take some time off, get back to myself and come back. I'm just trying to be another young voice out there speaking on the matter, and hopefully to get a conversation going, and as well as to encourage like other young people to really invest in your health. Don't think you're invincible. Don't think that you're not gonna have any health issues until you reach like retirement age. Anxiety, depression, heart issues, all of these things could be happening, and doctors could be treating it on a singular level when it could be a much more serious condition. Something like a thyroid issue, check on your health, check your neck, check different things, like really look into yourself and stay knowledgeable. Also, be kind, because as you can see, I don't look sick, and that's the thing with a lot of autoimmune issues, is that don't look sick and people come to their own conclusions about things. So you never know what someone is going through, you never know what they're dealing, you never know what they're grinding through. Share your experience. Like, do you know someone who's gone through it? What has been your story? Let me know. Let's start conversation in the comments. And what questions do you have for me? Because obviously I've alluded to different stories that I do need to tell. So join this journey with me, journey to health. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more updates, more videos, and to stay connected with me. Click the notification bell so you get notified every time I post new content. Bye guys, see you in the next video.